I cannot wait for my food to arrive. Story of my life, am I right? Anyway, to the point, Paula. Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to be doing a really chill video. As you can see, I have my glasses on, no makeup. So in today's video I thought we could do a charity video, and I'm going to be doing my first mukbang. I've never done a mukbang before, so we see how this goes, right? But I've ordered Five Guys and it's on their way, and I am just waiting for my food, and then I'll start talking about my life in general. So I can't remember the last time I've done a sit down video talking about me and my life, so I just thought it would be cool to have a catch up. So if you want to know what I'm gonna be talking about, then just keep watching. Okay, I've never done a mukbang before, but bear with me. I ordered Five Guys because I can't get McDonald's here. I've tried Deliveroo, I've tried Uber Eats, I've tried Just Eat, and it's not possible. So Five Guys it is. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Oh my god. Baby, nice. Okay, where do we start? So, I'm in London. Hi, how are we doing? Beauty. When pandemic hit, I was on furlough, and I decided I was gonna move home because it was the way that I could save money to go back to Scotland. Because if you don't know, I was living in Scotland, and I thought I was gonna go back to Scotland, but turns out that was not my plan. So I packed everything into a storage unit, and then I decided that I was gonna move home. I moved home. It was so difficult. It was like such 2 days. Like, I think I was traveling for like 2 days, and it was really stressful because it was like middle of pandemic. I had to do like from Glasgow to London, London to Madrid in a plane, and then from Madrid to Seville, which I'm from, I had to do it with a train. I arrived to Madrid like at 10 at night, and the taxi couldn't pick me up until like 5 in the morning. So that was a journey. I finally arrived in Seville. It was great. I didn't know what to do with my life. I did like 2 weeks of quarantine there because I live close to my cousins. I didn't want to risk it. And then after those 15 days of quarantine, I could go out and be with my friends and that sort of thing. I was in Spain for like 7 months, which was crazy, and it's crazy to look back now because it didn't feel like that. So I spent all summer in Spain, and it was good because in Spain restrictions last summer weren't as bad as they're now, so we could go and travel and visit places. And then I started to get really anxious because I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. I was looking for a new job that was not having any results, and then I started thinking like, well, I mean, if I need to go back, like, I don't mind if I find a job in Glasgow or in Edinburgh, like, I don't mind. And some thought up here, and I was like, do you know what, like, I don't really mind if I start looking for a job in London. That was just a thought, right? And then I think it was a couple of days or a couple of weeks later that I got an ad on Instagram about a film course in London, and they basically said, we make films, do you want to be in it? And I was like, okay, I like that, because I've been studying acting for like 3-4 years now, and all I've been doing is like theater, but I want to get in TV and film and stuff. I applied for the course, applied for membership and stuff. I did my audition, and that was it. I think it was in August that I received the email and like the message and stuff, and they said to me like, congratulations, you've been accepted into the NYFA, so it's like the National Youth Film Academy in London, to make a film next year, so this year, 2021. And I was like over the moon, and like I was so stressed for the couple weeks before that message, and I said, like, I started crying, but I was so happy. I was like, Mom, I have a plan, I already have a plan. I didn't actually have a plan, I just knew that in April I needed to be in London, and I was like, okay, that's cool, that sets my mind. And then I started to look for a place in London and a job in London, and that didn't really had anything positive about it, because I got really stressed. My furlough ended, and I was like with no income, no nothing, and I needed to move. Once again, story of my life, am I right? I said, do you know what, like, I'm just gonna stop stressing, and after my birthday, which was in October, I'll start properly looking for a job. Just before my birthday, I got to go to Malta with Victoria because restrictions were really simple in Spain and in Malta as well. There wasn't like that many cases of COVID, and so Victoria and I just got ourselves and went there for like 4 days, and it was just so cheap, and I have a video about it, so you go and check it out. My birthday present for me because I was really stressed, and normally what I tend to do is like I want to do something but I wouldn't do it because I don't have the money, or like I worry that I'm not gonna have money for X, Y, and Z in the future. And I said, you know what, everything's gonna be fine, I'm just gonna find the job, but I need to do this for my sake. And we got to go to Malta, and then after that I celebrated my birthday with my friends in Spain, which I'm so blessed for because I know that not all people can say that. And after my birthday, my knee decided to start like hurting a lot, so I was like, okay. So I went to the doctor and they said to me like, you need to have a surgery. So I had a knee surgery. I think that was the start again of the weekly vlogs, and I was really scared at first because I've already had like a knee surgery before. So just before moving to Scotland in 2018, I had a knee surgery, and then once before moving to London I had a knee surgery. But this time was like easier and less complicated. My doctor is the one that did my surgery last time, so I trust him. And then I had to do rehabilitation for like my knee. I think I did like a month or 2 months. I was supposed to come to London in November. Bless my landlord, bless my flatmate, because he's really nice, and he put up with me with the rehabilitation and with the lockdown rules in Spain for so long, because I was supposed to move here in November and I ended up moving here in January. That was through October and November, and then November 1st of December I thought I was gonna come here to London, but then restrictions in Spain got really tough, as in we weren't allowed to go from one town to another except for rehabilitation or doctors. It was not very fun when you're trying to move countries, because in Seville I live in a really small town and we weren't even allowed to go to the city. And then Christmas came and I am so thankful, so blessed, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna repeat this, so take a shot every time I say blissful or thankful. Because I could spend Christmas with my family, my aunts, my aunties, my uncles, but not all of them, because like in Spain I live in a house, right? But like the houses, you get in and it's like a little hall, and then in front of you is like my grandpa's house, and then to the left you have like a stairs, and then to the right is my house, and to the left is like my auntie's house. So it's like a community building thing. That's the reason why I could spend the Christmas with my family, because like the rules in Spain for like COVID, when it was like Christmas Day and like Christmas Eve and that sort of thing, was a little bit like relaxed, but not that much. And it was so cute when my little cousins like woke up on Christmas Day and like were like, oh my god, all the presents. It was just amazing. It was great. So all of this time I was really worried about my landlord and lovely flatmate, which I adore, because I felt like he was just gonna say, listen, like this is enough, I've been waiting since November, you're not coming. And I was like, no, because this place is really nice, and like the area and like how much it pays is amazing. And he was really cool, and he said to me like, listen, January is the longer that I can wait, and I need you to pay like the full rent even if you come like midway January. And I was like, I completely understand, like that's fair. Because first we couldn't leave Spain, we couldn't like even travel to the city, so I was not allowed to go to the airport. And then my mom and stuff was like, are you actually gonna leave in the middle of Christmas? Like that makes no sense. Like that was gonna be really sad. And then January came. I spent the other part of Christmas with my mom and her boyfriend and his family, because like in Spain we have like 2 different Christmas. We celebrate Christmas Eve, as in we have a big dinner, and then Christmas Day, the first thing that we do is like get the presents, and then we'll have like a little lunch with the family with the leftovers probably, and then we celebrate New Year's Eve, and then we celebrate the 5th and the 6th of January, because it's called like the 3 wise men. So we have like another time to get presents. I swear, like Five Guys burgers are just the best. They're so fucking expensive, but they're really nice. They're like a high-end McDonald's. So what I normally do in Christmas, which was really sad, I understand that we were not allowed to do it, is we normally go to the north of Spain because that's where I'm from. I'm from the north of Spain, but when my mom and my dad divorced, we moved to the south of Spain, which is where my mom is. So I've spent like a little bit of my life until I was 10 in the north, and then we moved when I was 10 to the south. So 10 years in the north, 10 years in the south, and 3 years abroad. So what we normally do on Christmas is like we'll spend like Christmas Eve in the south, and then we'll go for New Year's on like 3 West Men day to the north to see my uncles and my cousins and stuff. And I have like one of my cousins that's like, one of them is like the one that I'm really close to, and he's like my brother because we've grown up together. Like I remember when I was little, my auntie used to come and pick me up from school, and then we'll go to pick him up, and he was so little. And my mom and my dad were really good friends with my auntie and my uncle, so we're just, you know, growing up together. Anyway, to the point, Paula. So that's what we normally do in Christmas, but this year it was not possible. Also, Victoria moved to Spain, to Seville, before my birthday, so that was fun because I could spend like time with her because I haven't seen like in a year. Then January came. How many times I'm gonna say January came? I don't really remember too many things about the first 2 weeks of January. Still really weird to me that we're now in March. Around December I started like actually properly looking for a job, and I did so many interviews, so many I cannot count. The worst part wasn't like doing interviews. It was like tiring and stuff, but it was okay. The worst part was like I had to do like so many things for them, as in tasks. It was like consuming my life for them to say no. It was okay because I didn't have any other thing to do except for like study drama, because I got a scholarship for an online course with the New York Film Academy, which I still need to finish, by the way, but we'll get there. So the end of December, I had this cool wedding company that I wanted to be in, and it was really great. The salary was nice. Sadly, they said to me they didn't want me. Crying really bad. And then I was really worried because I was like, I am going to London. I have no job whatsoever. Like the last time I went to Scotland and I moved, I found a job in like 3 days, and I knew this wasn't going to be the case. Half of January, the 15th of January, I am supposed to fly. The day before, obviously, the day before, I got an email saying, listen, your flight has been cancelled, we've changed your flight. I was like, what? I experienced that when I came to Spain from Glasgow, and I was like, oh my god, no again. I went to the airport. It was so horrendously crowded for the same flight that I was in. They said to me like, oh, do you have like a return flight? And I was like, no. And the girl in the reception was like, how not? And I was like, because I live there. And she was like, oh, do you have proof? I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, it's because of Brexit, blah blah. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And so I said like, yeah, I have my contract, I have like my passport, my pre-settled status and all that. And she was like, oh, okay. So she had to check me in a weird way. It took like 30 minutes, right? I got into the plane, the waiting room, whatever. The flight appears cancelled in the app, and I was like, you got to be kidding me, you got to be kidding me. There were such nice ladies there. Like one of them was going to Germany, the other one was going to Switzerland. Another one was going to London as well. It was a journey to come here. I made friends. So it was like a connection flight. So I was flying from Seville to Madrid, and from Madrid to London. Seville to Madrid was delayed for 4 hours, and then Madrid to London, obviously we couldn't get that because the other one was delayed. Duh. The good thing about it was like I made friends. I met this girl, she was called Sandra, and she was flying to Munich, and we had such a lovely flight because they put us together in the flight from like Seville to Madrid, and it was great. And then when we arrived to Madrid, we lost our flight, so they put us in a hotel. They gave us like dinner and like breakfast. They put us in another flight for the next day. So it took me like 3 days to come to London, But it was great. We had such a good time together. That was like the good thing. We were like so exhausted and so tired. Like I just wanted to cry and just come home and that jazz. But I had such a good time with Sandra. She was like really cool. And I hope like we can travel soon because I want to go to Munich to visit her. And I know like I said to her like my house is your house. Like, you're more than welcome. Bear in mind that I was supposed to fly the 15th. And then 16th, 5 a.m. in the morning, I wake up, go into a bus and go into the airport, and then finally I was in the plane to London. But before I got in the plane to London, I made a friend which lives in Cambridge, so I can't wait to actually be able to go out so I can meet her. So I arrived home, well I arrived at the airport, right? And there was like something weird with my bank because my bank is like Bank of Scotland, and there was something like weird about my bank. Like I was trying to book an Uber. Well, actually I used Bolt because it's way safer, I think, like, and you can share your location and it's really good, and I think it's cheaper. And I tried to book a taxi because the train, it was like too much. I was like, I have like 2 suitcases and 1 backpack with me. I'm not gonna get on a train or a subway or a bus. Like, that's not happening, especially after 2 days of traveling. So I was trying to spend like £57 and my bank was not letting me, and I was like, what's happening? So after like 2 hours of trying, I finally get on a taxi. Thankfully, my flatmate Mariana, she was really nice, she came down, she helped me with the suitcase, and we just got here and started talking, and I finally made it home. Woohoo! I don't really remember that much of what I've did. I know like it's in the weekly vlogs, and that's why I'm really grateful I started doing it, because I can watch back and look at what happened. Also, that's another thing. I had to do 10-day quarantine. Before I moved here, the government said, oh, we're gonna implement the PCR test so you can enter the country. So I was like, oh shit, now I need to spend another amount of money to get into the freaking country. I booked my PCR test, right? I think I needed to pay like 90 euros. Okay, well, it's okay, I need it, cool. The day I'm going to my PCR test, the thing was like, I needed to do a PCR test the week that I was flying. I was flying on Friday and I needed to do the PCR on Wednesday because the PCR takes 48 hours. And the government was saying no, like 72 hours is the maximum that we will accept a PCR done. So I was like trying to manage all of this, and then the day I get the PCR done, the government says, oh no, we are going to be implementing this from next Monday, so people have time to prepare. And I was like, well, I just spent like 90 euros for nothing. So I came here, needed to do a 10-day quarantine, which was so fun. So fun. You can see it on the weekly vlogs, right? I think it was the first 7 days, the first week, it was okay. It was alright, because I was just trying to get, you know, used to being here. But the last couple of days was really hard because I wanted to go out for a walk so bad. After the 10-day quarantine, I was allowed to go out for a walk. Finally, the first day I spent like 3 hours walking. So I was like, I'm not going back to my house anytime soon. And then when I came here, I made friends in the academy, so in the uni course that I'm doing, and I am so thankful for them. There was like a point where like 2 weeks or something that we spent like every single day on Discord, like you'll probably see on the blogs. And then job wise, since day one, I was like looking for a job non-stop. Like every single day I was looking for a job. I was sending CVs, I was calling recruitment agencies, I was, you know, doing everything I could. And it was the same thing. I was like getting so excited about things and about companies, and it was like building to a point, and then from that point it was dropped down. I was like so like not happy. And then that's why I'm saying like everything happens for a reason, and the universe has its ways. Out of a sudden, out of the blue, this company up here, I talked to like my work coach for like a you know, a 15-minute call, and he was like, oh, what are you looking for? Well, I have like 2 roles in mind that were good for you, blah blah. Cool. He disappeared and I just forgot about him. And like a couple of weeks after, he came back and say, hey, listen, the CEO of this company wants to have an interview with you. And by that time, I got like an interview with like a TV broadcasting company as well. So I was really excited for that because I was like in the actual industry. And I was like, well, okay, cool. I didn't really prepare for that interview. Like I normally prepare for my interviews really, really well. So like I go into the company's website, I go to the company's like social medias and that sort of thing. And I analyze everything and I get like everything that I can so I can report back, and if they have any questions I can answer them. I didn't prepare at all for this interview, but when I looked at the website and the social media, I was like, who are these people? Like this looks really rubbish. And I was like, hence why they needed me. And I was like, I'm not sure about this company or what he's doing or blah blah. I got an email like the Monday after saying, hey, listen, Julian really likes you. He wants you to meet the team on Wednesday. And I was like, okay, cool. Cause like, I don't have anything else to do, right? So I'm like, what am I doing? So I hop into a bus on Shoreditch and I go to the office, which is now my office. And I swear, I kid you not, it was the best interview and the best relationship and like energy and stuff that I've ever had. I get into this office and there's like this two people, which are my co-workers now. I think we get that you have the job, Paola. The office is great, like it's a beautiful building, it's a beautiful like space. I met this girl, which is Rachel, and she was really nice. And then I met Scott, which is another one of my co-workers. They showed me the building. Scott shows me like his editing desk, and he has like so many, like it's the dream, like it's the dream for like from like an editor's perspective. And like I'm editing on my poor laptop, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh, I want that. I spent 1 hour laughing with them, and it was like this creative energy, this positive energy, this things like that she actually enjoys her job. I was asking her like questions about, so how long have you been here, like what do you guys do? She was just telling me all of this cool stuff that they were doing, and like it was the energy. I think that was it, like it was the creative energy and creative thing that she had that actually brought me wanting to work with them. I loved my job in Glasgow. Don't get me wrong, like I learned everything I know from them, and I am so grateful and so thankful I got to meet them and I got to work with them, because I've learned so many life lessons with them from like the past 2 years that is unbelievable. Like they opened me a whole new world. A whole new world. But yeah, they discovered me like this whole new world, as in if you want to do something and you believe in yourself, you're gonna get it. And I was really, really grateful for them because I learned everything I knew. My boss at the time gave me an amazing opportunity, and I got to travel, I got to learn, and I got to meet really, really amazing and successful people. But over like the 1.5 to 2 years that I was working with them, I felt like I was losing my creativity, my initiative. So I am a really positive person, sociable, very Spanish, bubbly, positive, like this thing, and I'm really open, and I'm like really, I'm a social butterfly, and I love being around people, and I love like, you know, interacting with people, networking, chatting, laughing, that sort of thing. It's like positive, it's like yellow, it's like colors, right? Through last year and the year before, I was noticing that color, let's put it that way, that my colors were slowly fading. I was not happy in my job because I didn't feel like I was creative enough. For me, it became a really toxic environment. I'm not saying it was, I'm saying it became for me, and I was not enjoying it anymore. And I think they could see it because I was not performing as well. I was just not vibing. To have this positive energy, high creative energy coming back to my life, I just felt, I don't know, like Rachel was like this light and energy, and like I don't know how to put it, like she was all the colors that I was and that I am. It was like this drive to create and this drive to improve and like evolve. This is so weird to explain, I'm so sorry guys. And also like they are creating films and they are creating shows and TV shows and series. They have like productions, and so I was like, I'm still in the industry as well, like I can develop so much as an actress, as a social media manager, That's everything. I couldn't sleep. I actually spent that night on Discord until like 8 in the morning. Then I went to sleep, woke up with the call at 10, and then my work coach Simon, bless him, he's the best, he said to me, listen, they cannot decide between you and this other person. Would you be okay if you were like working together? And I was like, if she got along with this person as well as she got along with me, there's not going to be a problem. And I said to Simon, yeah, for sure. And then we met the week after, and it was just crazy because I found my new best friend. It's unbelievable. Like, I'm telling you, the universe has its ways. This person that you know, if you've watched the vlogs, she's one of the best people I know. She's so funny. She's just like me. She's like my twin, but she's just exactly like me. We're so alike, and we connected since day one. We're just talking and chatting, and from day one we've been talking every single day. Because she's my new best friend. I just love her so much. I feel like we were meant to be in each other's life. I don't know. I just love her. She's just great. And they got me meeting her. They got us computers. New computers. I had to buy my laptop to work in my other job, and these guys are just buying me computers. I was like, what? So I can't wait to the office to play with my computer. I'm just really happy, to be fair. I'm really happy. And also another update that I need to give you guys is I am going to therapy next week. You cannot believe how happy I am about this. So I called the NHS for counseling, and they said to me like, because you're not really anxious and like you're not thinking about doing harder things and you seem like a pretty positive person and stuff, we can offer you like free counseling. I was like, okay, that's fair. That's completely fair, don't worry. So I found another person to talk to. I'm going to therapy next week, but that's gonna be like my first time speaking to her. So I'm like, you know, it's like the first stages to see if we connect and we can work through my stuff. And I feel really great because just having this call with the NHS was really nice, as in I felt like there were so many things that I got out of my chest. Hopefully we connect and we chat and she helps me. So I'm gonna try and learn and appreciate myself a little bit more. And like, of course we're gonna be sad sometimes, and of course I know that I am going to be judging myself. That's okay, and I'm just going to therapy to learn how to deal with that and process that, because I feel like I've got to a point where I don't know what else to do myself, and I need someone to hold me accountable for and to see it from the outside, so be impartial, neutral about something that I going through. Because I mean, if you go through something, you are living it, so you're not impartial, you're not neutral. I think like 2021 is gonna be great. I cannot wait for actually discovering London more and start like this new journey, and I'm so happy. I'm feeling positive, and I think like London is the place to be. So this was my update. This was the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely loved this type of video. I was just eating nice food and chatting to you guys as if we were out and about. That's great. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.